My name is Moronke Azeez, and I'm the Executive Secretary for the Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board in Nigeria. The Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education provides skills training to over 10,000 students in technical education. It also carries out and supports artisans in terms of building their capacity to improve their businesses. And we also have a program called Skills for Work for unemployed youth. When we talk about increasing job opportunities, it's for a purpose. And the major purpose of it in West Africa today, even Africa as a whole, are the young population, the young youth, and they are growing young youth within the whole of West Africa and Africa. And a number of these, a significant percentage of these youth are unemployed or underemployed or have no skills. And we can't continue with this kind of situation because as we're leaving it behind, more and more are becoming unemployed. So it's very, very important that we start looking at the skills development to provide opportunities for these young people so that they can become productive citizens. Now, in terms of investment, for those kind of employment to translate into positive investment, it means that we have to be working in partnership and in collaboration with the private sector. The private sector, they are the ones that generate a lot of these employment. So we really need to find out what is it that they require to ensure that the skills that we're training these young people translates into the requirement for the private sector. For too long, we have been focusing on just the supply side to the detriment of the real needs of the private sector. The private sector is saying that they require this skill, and then we are training another skill. And so because of that, there is no match between the requirements of the private sector that generate the jobs and the training provider. And then when investors come along, they need to realize something positive from their investment. And the only way that we can translate this into real opportunities, real economic development in the society, is by ensuring that the three parties all link together. That is the investment, the private sector, the training providers, to create economic growth across West Africa. For the TEI event that we've just seen very clearly now, for us in Lagos State, in terms of LASVEC, I think we are really working towards that method. It's what we call in Lagos State the demand-driven approach, and it has really worked, and we would like to engage in that. We'd like to engage in it because, just like I said before, it really, really connects the training provider and the training provider and the private sector. I think this approach is very, very key in terms of developing real decent jobs, decent income for our youth. Because at the end of the day, there's an identified need. There is the private sector who we link up with, and then we now train in terms of what is required, and we work together to fulfill that. So I think the TIP method is very key. What makes it work? First of all, as we have said, it has to be that relationship together, whether it's the private sector and the training provider. That is, first of all, very key. The second thing is that the private sector has to lead in terms of this development. They have to be able to co-design the whole program, work in terms of creating the curriculum, work in terms of probably identifying the potential people, work in terms of designing the project as well, work in terms of designing the whole program to make sure that the private sector feels very much involved and really has decided these are the people that I would like to employ in the establishment. I would like to say thank you very much to Upvet. They are doing a fantastic job in terms of bringing partners and bringing training providers together. We in Lagos State look forward to working with them because the method that they are using is very sound. It produces results and young youth are benefiting from it. I heard today where Djibouti had like nearly 70 to 100% employment rate by using this method. Thank you very much, Upvet, and I look forward to working with you.